welcome to Katie's Insight, where I give my insight on all kinds of things, including his business, finance, politics, and most importantly right now, stimulus. And I'm going to keep on that track because if you saw the title, we have super good news. And we, for the most part, if you've been following my videos, you knew this was coming, but we just had some stimulus pass. So let me explain what that is. Now, don't get too excited because we still have some steps to go and it doesn't yet mean anything. But right now, this is a very good sign. And at this point, I think we'll take all the good signs that we can get. You want to know when these videos come out, you want to be the first people to know about the stimulus and where it's coming from. And so, because the way this is going is a lot of times the first people that apply for it get it and the others don't. The early birds are getting the worm. And chirp, chirp, I want you to be my birds. So make sure and hit notifications. Also, like the video if you feel called to help spread it. Leave me a comment, share this content with people you think it could help. And go to the Facebook page, Katie's Insight. Like the page, join the group, Katie's Corner. Will be changed to Katie's Insight soon. We're helping people with one-on-one stimulus in their areas. So go in there, ask questions. We'll try to get you help. I'll have more information at the end about the group and how it works. And guys, the last thing, I have a channel where I talk about pop culture and commentary of trending topics. It's called Joy Sparkle VS. If you're interested, subscribe and hit notifications there. I just put out a few videos this week. One's about Britney Spears and her mental breakdown, which I thought I have a really interesting take on things people may not know about with her situation. And some hidden truths there. And the other one as well, Olivia Jade. If you guys remember Olivia Jade, that's the daughter of Loughlin. Loughlin was Becky from Full House. So Becky from Full House's daughter, you remember her and her family were caught cheating to get her into college. Loughlin and Giannulli, I can't say their name. I realize there's pronouncing it wrong. But Massimo, her husband, they are now in prison right now, and she spoke out for the first time. And I think I have what I think is some interesting insight. So go there and check it out if you'd like, and I'd love to have you over there too. Okay, didn't make this too long. I just want to let you guys know where the resources are and what's available to y'all. Okay, on with the video. So as you guys know, we have a few different things coming up at the end of this week. At the end of this week, on Friday, we have the stopgap solution, that continuing resolution that's going to happen. So what this means is at the end of this week, December 11th, the government runs out of money to function and shuts down. So to stop that, we have what we call a stopgap measure. However, nobody can get their you-know-what together because what they're trying to do is they're trying to merge the stopgap and this temporary stimulus bill that we're all trying to figure out and put into place. I'm so sorry. My sleeve is getting worse and worse, y'all. Maybe I should just roll them up. Should I do like that? Okay. It's distracting me. It's flopping around. So, okay, now I just can't stop thinking about my sleeve because there were sparkles flopping in my face. Because I can't know if you can tell, but this is sparkly. Because I'm a lady. And if you ask me my favorite color is sparkle. But, okay, so that needs to be passed by the end of this week. But it looks like we're getting nowhere. The last we heard, if you guys saw my videos, is that Pelosi and Mnuchin are kind of at odds again. And this time I can actually see Pelosi's point of view on it. So what am I talking about? So with Pelosi and Mnuchin, here's what's happened. We have that $908 billion Problem Solvers Caucus bill that's come into play. Nancy's backing that. However, Steve Mnuchin just gave an offer to Nancy Pelosi for $916 billion. And this one does stimulus checks. However, this one doesn't do unemployment help. And she has said no. I think it was a good move by the White House. I think it was sneaky. Because what they're doing is they're trying to make it look like, see, we gave you $8 billion more and you're going to reject it just because it's the White House. However, there wasn't that unemployment funding. However, they can turn around and say, we were going to do that. We tried to do that with you back in July so people could have money and you said no. So basically, it's kind of a trap just to make her look bad. And I can't fault them for that because I can't stand her. And she's done so many things to hurt the American people. However, I want to also be fair. I can understand why she said no if that's still a very big priority for her. And she put out a letter today about it. So these people, they duel with these letters on Twitter. So on Twitter, Mnuchin put out a letter offering her the money and she put out a letter declining. Again, I'm not going to fault her too much because I understand where she's coming from on this. I think in the Republicans' mind or in the White House's mind, the way they're doing this is they're saying, okay, you don't get the unemployment, but everybody gets stimulus. So there's some help there. But Nancy has also made a ton of promises I don't think she can keep. She's been telling everybody on unemployment, don't worry, you're going to get unemployment money and it'll be retroactive. And now a lot of that talk seems to be out the window. I don't think Nancy Pelosi realizes she overplayed her hand and now we'll be lucky in terms of what we can get if anything at all. So right now they're trying to do a small bill while they hash out a big bill. Because we know they're not going to do a big bill. And we also know Nancy Pelosi showed her hand the other day. You guys saw it. I've been calling it for months. I've been detailing it, and I was right. She basically admitted, well, I've changed my stance on $1 trillion stimulus package, the 3 and 4 trillion. I changed my stance because Biden's now president. She was never going to help us because she didn't want to do anything to make Trump look good. It was at this point, to anybody who follows this, I don't see how this wasn't glaringly obvious. Again, I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not anti-Trump. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I don't fit into I don't put myself in any category when it comes to all the politics, because when I see BS, I don't like to associate, right? And it seems like everywhere I look and everywhere I go, there's forms of BS I just don't like. So I'm not saying this with any kind of bias. I'm trying to say this just from the element of common sense. So right now, we're not really anywhere, and that means we are about to run out of several programs. As you guys know, unemployment is ending. Not a stimulus, unemployment itself for most people. Now, why would I say that? Because most people who are on unemployment, they're on extended benefits. Because most benefits you can have benefits from unemployment somewhere between 3, 5, maybe 6 months. Kind of depends on your state and what they have worked up. Most of the time it's 14, 16 weeks, so it's about the 3-4 month range. And obviously we know that that wasn't going to work because so many people are permanently without jobs for a while. And a lot of people have been there since March. So on top of that, we also have the PUA, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, or like in my area, they call it the DUA, the Disaster Unemployment Assistance. That is also ending. And those programs are ending around December 25th, as well as, eviction issues, as well as student loan debt programs. All of this stuff is coming to a head. So what they've been doing is they've been saying, okay, we have to pass this continuing resolution. Let's go ahead and merge stimulus with it. But we can't get on the same page. It looks like the Problem Solvers Caucus is our best bet. And I still wonder if that's the one that's going to have the most legs. I kind of feel like what they've done publicly is continue to make Nancy Pelosi show her hand and show what she's doing and show who she is. That's kind of why I wonder if they kind of gave her this little offer just to see what she would do after admitting I wasn't going to do anything until Biden was in office. Girl, oh, she makes me so mad, y'all. But here's the good news, and let me explain what passed. So what passed is they're trying to do a 1-week extension of the continuing resolution, meaning they want to vote to say, let's have 1 more week of funding for the government. Therefore, that gives us 1 more week to try to debate on this stimulus. They're trying to get something passed before Christmas. What a horrible Christmas this is going to be for so many people if all of a sudden they lose their unemployment. And, I want to say this. I'm kind of tired in the comments of hearing people say, I got a job, it's not that hard. Some people have health issues and they can't work in this situation. Some people have to be caretakers. They can't work in this situation, whether or not that's children who have to stay home or people they care for that are sick, or people, let's say that they have people who are high risk and they have to help take care of. It's not just, I'm really tired of this viewpoint that just go get a job, go get a job, you're lazy, you don't want hard work, just go get a miserable job, be miserable, put yourself in danger, it's not that hard. I feel like when people do that many times, many of those people speak from a place of what I call health privilege. They have the privilege of being healthy and therefore they have that mindset that work hard, anybody who doesn't, screw you, you're lazy. And I know because people have done that to me. And you guys know what a hard worker I am. I put my health on the line for my work, which is not good. Part of why I have health issues. I'm actually super hardworking, but that is the mentality that we run with in this country. On top of that, many children aren't going to have Christmases. I want to give you some information there too, because if you guys heard me, I've been talking about this. The Salvation Army apparently is stepping up and doing a lot of donation drives and helping people who are in situations where their kids aren't going to get Christmas. So if you are in that category or you know people, get to the Salvation Army, send them the information on the Salvation Army. I told you, I think a lot of thrift stores, a lot of organizations are going to step up and help. Because how can we afford presents if we don't know if we can afford rent when we've lost every amount of income? And maybe for the jobs that you're qualified for, the jobs you can do or the jobs you can do safely, there aren't enough. That's the other thing, guys. I just don't think there are enough jobs, period, right now for everyone on unemployment. Unless the people who are working, you want to have to compete to keep your job, because I think that's what's going to be happening. So I think it's very detrimental even for the people say, oh, well, just go get a job. There aren't enough. They're not enough. There's too many people. There's too many people in this situation. And the people on the PUA, no more PUA. And the PUA, I love the PUA. I feel like it's been groundbreaking and it's a wonderful slap of karma in the face because so many people have had to just work amongst the gig economy and not get anything for it, not have the unemployment, not get health insurance. And I'm really happy for the first time these people actually get access to some type of benefits in situations that were no fault of their own. The financial inequalities that still go on in this country, it breaks, I'll tell you, it breaks my heart. It's always going to break my heart. It's always going to upset me. And that's just how I feel about it. And I don't even think it's just how I feel. I'm not even saying my feelings. This is what it is. People are in poverty. We've allowed ourselves to go into poverty, and then we blame one another, saying the other one is lazy, when really it's the people at the top manipulating us, making us sick, and taking everything for us, all while manipulating us to argue with each other. And I feel like that's one of the big reasons I want to be a voice on this channel, to try to tell people these things. So if we can come together, stop fighting with one another on BS minutia. At the end of the day, we're trying to fight different perspectives of our poverties and understand poverty is the issue. And why is poverty the issue? Let's go to the source of it. We can make positive changes. And I'm not saying that from any negative place. I don't wish anybody, even the people at the top, I don't wish anybody ill will. Let's just make positive changes for the betterment and the growth of all of us. That's what I like to promote. That's what I like to talk about. But here's what happened. So today we had a big vote in the House, which we knew Steny Hoyer, he had been saying this week, and I had detailed this, that he said we're going to have a vote to see if we can get one more week together. And it's passed, which I have information on. And again, guys, we don't know yet what's going to happen, but giving us one more week when it seems like we're getting closer and closer and closer is a step in the right direction. Because again, Christmas isn't that big a deal for the adults not to be able to have it, but the kids, come on. This is a big deal for kids. This is their big, this is their kind of once a year big extravaganza outside of their birthdays. And I just think let's do everything we can to help families and to help children. I mean, obviously, at least that's where I'm at. So this is from the WashingtonPost.com. They have some details on what has actually happened and where we're going with this. It says, House approves 1 week spending bill as stimulus talks drag on. Vote comes while bipartisan group of senators continue negotiations, broader relief packages. Okay, and so it says, the House of Representatives on Wednesday approved a 1 week extension in funding for the federal government, a move aimed at giving lawmakers more time to hammer out agreements on the spending bills and emergency economic relief. And here's the other thing too, just to kind of point this out. Sometime either today or tomorrow, we're supposed to get more details from the Problem Solvers Caucus their bill. We're supposed to get more details about their bill that they're trying to put into place. They've been crafting the language. So they said early in the week, it's now Wednesday. We don't yet have that info, but as soon as we do, I will detail it to you guys. Congressional leaders advance the short-term extension in federal funding as negotiations over an emergency economic relief package appeared to falter and prospects of a major breakthrough dimmed. The measure passed by 343 to 67 vote. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think that means we have, I would just say looking at that, I think that means we have a good shot for this to be able to pass the Senate. And for the most part, we've kind of known, we've heard the White House is willing to sign off on this. So this is good, guys. This is good. It says appropriators have continued to make progress on set of spending bills to fund the federal agencies, with only a few outstanding policy issues left to be resolved by congressional leaders. Aides involved in deliberations say. But talks on the broader stimulus package seem at risk of breaking down after the White House on Tuesday proposed a relief bill that would only offer minimal benefits to unemployed Americans, a non-starter for congressional Democrats. And I do want to explain that very quickly. With what they were offering to extend the benefits, but they weren't offering to do anything when it comes to additional stimulus for those people. So, additional stimulus on top of, which has been a big heated debate. And the other thing, guys, is that Mitch McConnell has come out and said, okay, here are the two areas we don't agree on. We don't agree on liability protection for businesses, which means businesses can't get sued if somebody gets sick, or state and local funding, which is what the Democrats want. Let's remove those and let's just do what we can to help people. We'll fight those out later. Democrats have continued to say no. I think that's, as much as it's crap that they have to be that way, I think that McConnell's on the right track saying, let's take out the things we don't agree on, let's focus on the ones we do and help people. And the fact that they've said no to that leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Kind of like crap. So it says the short-term spending bill is now expected to quickly move to the Senate, where Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has signaled he will hold a vote ahead of Friday's deadline. Okay, guys, so he says he will. He's going to hold a vote before Friday to see if he can get a short-term bill. And a short-term bill, I know that he is trying to get his, which is about $500 billion, to pass. I don't think it will. I call it the dust bill, because we had two bills already from him. We had that one that was right under $100 trillion, or it was $1 trillion. That was a skinny bill. Then we have what I call the bones bill that was, under that. And now we have this. And what do you call that? If you go from skinny to bones, it's just dust at this place. That's why I call it the dust bill. If President Trump doesn't sign the measure into law by midnight on Friday, a government shutdown would commence on Saturday morning. A group of bipartisan senators trying to break the stimulus logjam has continued chipping away at divisive policy issues through the week. On Wednesday, they released a 6-page summary of the outlines of the potential compromise. The group has not yet released a bill text, and its summary left unresolved the two most contentious issues facing lawmakers: aid to state and local governments and protections against virus-related lawsuits for businesses and other entities, like I said. Both of these issues have divided Congress for months. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Charles Schumer backed the initial $908 billion as a starting point for negotiations, but McConnell has rejected the compromise framework. The urgency behind stimulus talks has accelerated amid signs of economic deterioration and hopes of attaching the relief package to the must-pass government spending bill. Several critical emergency programs are set to expire by the end of the year, including unemployment aid and rental protections for millions of people. Anybody who thinks if we let this moment pass, we'd have another bill before late March hasn't spent much time in this bill. Yes, that's why I've been telling you. I've been seeing it for a while, and people haven't been real happy. I'm like, I don't see a bill coming until March or April. But seeing how these people operate and all the games, especially Nancy Pelosi played games with us for months just to try to put the election in her favor. It says anybody who thinks if we let this moment pass, we'd have another bill before late March hasn't spent much time around this building. Senator Roy Blunt, a member of the Senate Republican leadership, said on Tuesday, "We need to do this, and we need to do it now." McConnell on Wednesday blamed Democrats for the impasse, accusing Pelosi and Schumer for what has been called a schizophrenic, is what they call it, rejection of the White House offer. That's kind of funny. McConnell also repeatedly criticized the Democratic leaders for blocking unemployment aid, although the proposal he released last week contained no extension in federal unemployment benefits. Basically, they're all a bunch of hypocritical turds. That's it. Turn the video off. You can go home. But I will say, guys, this is very, very good news that we're at least getting extension. It means we're here for the fight one more week, and that around Christmas time, which is a time to celebrate your friends and your family. Well, first of all, we can't do that because of lockdowns. And secondly, kids are going to get no presents. And third, it's not just you get no presents. The present is you're going to be homeless. You guys might be having to face eviction. So it's good. And I'm happy that they are staying in session up until next week, the 18th. This gives us several more days of them bickering and acting like school children to see if they can step up and get the most minimal basic requirements passed. Are they going to do it? Unfortunately, I don't know. We don't know yet. We're going to have to wait and see. Fingers crossed, but this is a good sign. And let's hope that tomorrow Mitch McConnell takes this seriously. He's able to introduce this on the Senate floor, and this can get passed. And here's how this would work. How quickly could this work? And this is how these bills can work. The House passes it. The Senate next day votes on it, can pass it same day. And then the next day, President can sign off on it. Why did I do this? What was this? Is this sign? Is this signing off? What's wrong with my hands? Remember Ricky Bobby from Talladega Nights in his interview? I don't know what to do with my hands, and just keeps raising them. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I love that stuff. Talladega Nights is my Bible. Oh my gosh. So many funny things. To me, it's one of the funniest movies in the whole world. And I'm really hypercritical of all kinds of art things. Well, when I say art things, just media. There's so much stuff I don't like, but I really like that. So I just kind of wanted to throw this out there, see what you guys think, and let you know where we're at. I know this doesn't yet answer questions. I know we don't yet have anything, but this is a good sign. And considering that with Steve Mnuchin now doing this new proposal, even though it probably isn't going to go anywhere, the fact is he introduced stimulus checks in there when stimulus checks haven't been on the table for a while. Now, it's not the full $1,200, but it's the $600. And that's what we've been hearing. And there's not even yet a bill. There's just an outline of a proposal to see if they would accept it. The fact that we now have stimulus checks back in the conversation, guys, I'm telling you, this is good news. I feel like this is a really good step in the right direction. And if you want to be kept up to date with where stimulus is going, especially where you can get stimulus money in your area, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel and hit notifications, and make sure you hit that notification bell, because when it comes to these stimulus things coming and going in the states and the cities, the people who apply first are the ones who get it. You want to make sure you're kept up to date, so make sure and hit that bell. Okay guys, if you like this video, please help me out as well. This helps the channel. Give me a big thumbs up so I can spread this information to other people. Like this video, like I said, subscribe and hit notifications. Also, comment. Let me know where you're at. Do you think we're headed in the right direction with giving a 1-week extension? Do you think we're going to have another week extension? I doubt we would, because they're going to make sure and take their time with their families on Christmas getting presents for everybody while we sit and starve. But do you guys think we can get anything passed between now and the end of next week, not this week? Let me know. Do you think the Senate's going to pass it? I'm curious what you guys think. Or are you guys finding stimulus money in your area and ways to help? Sound out there too and let me know. And guys, please share this content. Sorry, I have something in my eye. It just started happening. And I'm trying to keep my sweater together. So please share this content with as many people as you know that are struggling or suffering right now. People who are on unemployment, waiting for unemployment stimulus checks, SB loan and green issues, everything in between, bill help. I've got tons of tools and tons of resources to help you during this very difficult time on this channel, and I would love nothing more than to do just that. Also, guys, like I said, if you want more one-on-one help in your area for your specific stimulus-related issues, go to my Facebook page. It's Katie's Insight, like the page, and then go to the group. The group is called Katie's Corner. It will be changed to Katie's Insight soon. Go in there, ask all the stimulus questions that you want, do everything you want to do in terms of stimulus. We have people in there, and we're all trying to help each other one-on-one, state by state, get money for each other. Now, if you go in there and you ask questions, they don't get answered, please be patient. I'm in there, and as we also have Ramel Graves, our new moderator. Hey girl, hey, we love us some Ramel. And we also have British Grey, who's the HBIC of the Facebook page. They are on it and they are killing it, but they're only 2 people. So I'm gonna try to have more resources available, and by this end of the week, it's all going to depend on what I can get together, because y'all know I'm just super, super busy with what I'm doing on YouTube. So make sure and go there and we'll be able to help you out. And guys, like I said, if you also want to see my other channel where you can see more commentary, more kind of up-to-date commentary. Like I said, I did a video today all about Olivia Jade. She and Loughlin, that's Becky from Full House, literally Becky from Full House, it's her daughter, was caught in some college admissions cheating scandals, and she's spoken out. And I think I have some kind of interesting different takes on the situation. So go over to my channel, check it out, see what you think. I would love to have, I'd love to hear your opinions on it in the comments. And if you like that kind of content, make sure and subscribe and hit notifications. It's just going to be more pop culture, more contemporary kind of trending topics that I would love to cover that I don't think I would cover on this channel. So make sure and go do that. Okay guys, I'm going to continue to go ahead and keep watching for stimulus and get information together so I can get videos for you guys. I just thought this was important to point out. Just remember guys, I know things look really bad, and I'm not saying they're good, but there's some good things. We have some good movement. There's some hope in place. Let's hang on to this hope, and I want to just put this out there. I know things are hard, and I'm not trying to downplay your situations at all, but I fully believe good things can come out of this, and good things will come at some point. Let's do our best to look at the realities of the situation. Know they're awful. Know they're crap. Know they're bad. Know we're not in good situations, but that there is something good that can come out of this, and hopefully here soon we will have an end to this. And guys, every time I end these videos, and I'm ending this one for the night, I just want to say every time, and I know this might sound cheesy and corny after so long, but I remind myself how humbled and grateful I am to have this platform. You guys have really changed my life. You guys have allowed me to be chronically ill in this society and just allow me to barely get by and make this content. I love making these videos. I love hanging out with you guys, and every day I'm just inspired, and I'm reminded how blessed and lucky I am because of every single one of you watching. So I just want to give you a humble, humble thank you, and I will do my best to dedicate this channel to helping you guys as much as possible during this time. Okay guys, take care. I'm sending you all love, hugs, mwah, and kisses. Until the next video, I will see you soon. Bye guys. And also guys, I wanted just to throw out there, if you need help with stimulus, like on a more one-on-one basis, make sure and subscribe to this channel and hit notifications. So on this channel, guys, I'm helping you get stimulus info across the United States. And right now, many states are stepping up and giving checks in certain states and certain cities for you guys. So make sure and subscribe to this channel so you can stay up to date to see if you have stimulus coming to you, and hit notifications, because